Hello, everybody, and welcome to our very first episode of the Breakfast Talk podcast.
Oh yeah,
I'm your host Treyton, and this is my co-host
Faith.
And yeah, I'm really excited to do this.
I know, me too. We've been waiting to do this.
I'm very ecstatic.
So it's gonna be good.
Because it's our first episode, I have a few plans because I don't want it to just be like nothing and us talking absolutely nothing. So we introduced ourselves. So the first thing I want to talk about is like our overall goals.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would love to gain an audience. That would be amazing.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean,
for sure.
That would be great.
I think that I feel like it'd be kind of a fun outlet to have a podcast for us, just in terms of like maybe having like it feels like kind of like a little bit more of a glimpse into our lives and just like how we like interact, you know, because we have a lot of fun. So. Yeah,
and it's a great way to like have some expression with art.
Exactly.
Creative freedom.
Yeah, so I think it'll be good to have it and just kind of like, or it'll be fun to like watch back on and like see what was going on in our lives and everything, and like also, you know, if we have like an audience, for sure, like I would love to just
and have good guests.
I would love to have guests.
That would be awesome.
God, that would be the best thing ever. So yeah, and especially like along with my YouTube, I feel like this will be like a really good thing to like
bounce off
like
of and...
it'll be fun for people to like get to know us, you know, like get to know who we are, and what we do and what we like to do. So that's my goals, at least.
I also want to mention, like, because this is our first episode, I know we discuss a lot about like the actual title and you know, not thumbnail, but like the logo, I guess. I'm glad with what we have now, but
like my scribbles.
But I mean, there's no like we can change it later if we want. Or if people can give us suggestions or I mean anything like that.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. I mean, my scribbles, I think it'll do it, especially like as we go along. We'll probably find out like what's more kind of what we like and like what we want to do in that regard. So like I feel like what we got going on now is like it'll be good. I think
it's gonna be very good.
It'll be sweet.
I'm very excited. We've been waiting on this for like
we have
ever
since was it the summer? Yeah, we like brought up the idea, and then we've just been like, yeah, we need to do a podcast.
We need to do it, but we're not.
We haven't got, so like we didn't have time or anything like that. But we're here and we're doing.
Finally did it.
We finally freaking did it. And you will not believe like the finagling it took to get this together today.
We were procrastinating like hell.
Oh, like it was
rough.
Bad. And then like we had to figure out like, how do we get like all these things like together and set up, because like we have two different mics and like two different kinds of mics.
Yeah, I was like, do I need to buy more equipment or but what we have, I'm glad
it's working, and it's
very much working.
I think that we're very blessed with the tech that we have here, because I think they're both like really good mics. So
and I'm also glad that we are like highlighting more on like the theme of our podcast with like breakfast stuff.
Yes.
I think we want to make it like an like weekly thing where we just have coffee with us.
I love coffee, and I will I mean, that's perfect with me. Like, okay, actually let's talk for a second about what this drink is that we have, because
because it's your drink.
I need to talk about this. Like, I seriously need to like let this out. So, like, I, over the summer, stopped being a Starbucks girl, because I was like, okay, it's a little overpriced. Let's be honest. Like, we can't be dropping $7 on a drink.
Yeah, it's...
You know, like, it's crazy.
These drinks were probably $15.
Yeah.
I mean, venti, but still.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, I'm done with Starbucks. Get her out of my screen, you know? Get her away from me. Well... I wanted to get, so like whenever I got back to school, I was like just waiting on Dylan to like pick me up or something, whatever. I was waiting at the Starbucks. Ooh, hold on, let me adjust my mic. I was waiting at the Starbucks and I saw that they had fall drinks and I was like, well, I want to get into the freaking fall spirit. Yeah. You know, that's what I'm wanting. But like I didn't want to fully commit to the pumpkin, so I was like, okay, what's like a good medium? So what happened was I was like, okay, my favorite is the blonde vanilla coffee because what can you like?
It's bomb.
It's bomb.
It's really good.
So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get pumpkin cream on top, and I don't like pumpkin. I've never been a pumpkin girl.
But I've only had it once, and it's something like I need to grow. Yeah. Like it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I was never a pumpkin girl, but then when I tried this, I was like, my life was changed, and I'm like, but like I can't get like a pumpkin spice. I'm not a pumpkin spice.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
It's too much. I just wanted like a little pumpkin on the top, a little pumpkin drizzle, and like let that be that.
Yeah.
You know, like call it a day. So that's what we got, and they freaking kill it every time. I've yet to get a bad one.
Yeah, it is good.
It's good.
And I'm like a basic bitch. Like because I always have a fear of like adding more and more and more to my drink because I feel like I'm being a hassle. So I'm always like, so I'm always like, yeah, I'll just have a skinny vanilla latte. That's it.
That's so funny.
But yeah.
You're like, hey, if it's actually no trouble and like it will not inconvenience you at all, like, and you won't mind and you won't care, can I just get like a coffee?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So not me. I'm like, give me pumpkin cream. Give me light ice.
Give me 8 shots.
14 shots of espresso. Turn it upside down. Spit it into my mouth.
Oh. Whoa.
So whoopsie. That's a secret between me and my barista. So I also, the main theme of this episode is I want to talk about our history. I want to talk about how you and I met. Yes.
You have better memory than I do.
Really?
Yeah. I have like terrible long-term memory.
Oh,
terrible.
God.
I'm
Me
awful.
Too. But I think that like I am good at remembering like how I met people, but I'm bad at remembering everything in between. It's like we could like go on the like craziest adventure imaginable, and then I'll be like, "What?
I think my brain just picks and chooses. Like, it's like, yeah, you're gonna. Whoa,
sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I just had to acknowledge that. That was
right
impressive.
Into the mic. I had to do that.
Right.
No, yeah. I'll start. I think I can kind of remember.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I know that
we'll fill in the blanks for each other.
So you and I go to college.
We do. Let's not dox ourselves.
Yeah, let's not dox ourselves. But yeah, we met
first class of the first semester.
First semester
of the first year.
Yes.
So, it was an acting class.
Our first one.
Which
was honestly like kind of a vibe.
It was fun.
It was fun as hell.
It was a fun class. I like the teacher. She was kooky crazy.
Yeah.
And like it was.
She was iconic.
She was, and you know what? Like the two people that I'm pretty much closest with in college, like I met specifically in that class. So like, that's pretty crazy. But yeah. Anyway, but don't think that just because we had that first class, that we instantly were best friends, because that's not how it was at all.
Well, also, I'm just terrible at socializing.
Yeah.
I've gotten better. I have gotten a lot better. But at the beginning of that semester, it was something else.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't talk to anybody.
I wasn't really talking to anybody either. I was just kind of like talking to whoever was talking to me. So we weren't just like instant.
But the way you interact with people and the way I interact is very different.
They are for sure different.
You're like a ray of sunshine in a sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna kill you all.
Yeah, you are like very much like
intimidating.
Like, yeah. Yeah, it's actually Treyton, not whatever you just said.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yeah.
You just like you're very like to the point, and you have like your sense of humor is very much like
specific.
Yeah, and like oh yeah, Yeah, like when people say stuff, it's like you like give them that sarcasm. So, but I'm not. I'm very much like, I'll talk to everybody and I'll just be like, oh my god, like I love your outfit, I love your shirt, I love what you're doing here, like how's it going, how's everything going? And
yeah, that's not me.
I do remember the first time me and Treyton ever talked, because I thought to myself, I was like, because I think about whenever I'm in a new situation where I like don't know anybody or like don't know what's going on, I like am very critical and like very hyper aware of like how like I interact with the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
So I do remember the first time me and Treyton ever spoke, and it wasn't really like anything at all, but it was like so I had drank like a lot of coffee that day. classic coffee. We do that here. But I drank a lot of coffee that day, and so I was like feeling very like, I was like social, like I wasn't really feeling anxious at all, like I was feeling like very social, very good. So I was like talking to everybody, doing everything, and we were waiting for a classroom to open for a different class. Like we had multiple classes together.
Yeah,
it was stagecraft.
Oh
yeah. So I was waiting, we were waiting for the doors to open, and I was like talking to everybody, saying a bunch of stuff, blah, whatever. And then Treyton was like, you have a lot of energy today.
That's the most passive aggressive answer.
I think actually it wasn't even that. I think you said someone has a lot of energy today. So
wow, I'm such a nice human being.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, what a nice guy to notice my energy levels. And I was like, we're gonna be best friends.
Wow. Wow.
So and then after he said that one thing to me, I was like, okay, this is perfect. I feel like we're gonna be friends now.
Really?
He spoke to me once. Well, yeah, I just need someone to talk to me one time, and then I feel comfortable enough to like.
If somebody said that to me, I'd be like, I'm never talking to them again.
No, not me. I was like, this. Well, yay! I'll talk to him now, and like we'll be friends. But, well, and then after that, we talked that day, and like sat next to each other in stagecraft. I'm pretty sure, and we talked then, and then I think 2 days after that, like in our acting class, we got assigned partners.
Right.
Yeah, we got assigned as partners for, what was it? What was the first thing we did?
I think the first thing that we did was just like yes, no scenes.
Yeah. No, it was like the hi.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah. Like the short dialogue ones.
So we would just have these like simple scenes that really didn't mean anything, but you were supposed to like find meaning in them. And we got assigned as partners, and that was kind of like the first time we were like really talking, like, and interacting.
Did we like, I know we half-assed it because that's the way we deal with things, but did we ever meet up beforehand for that?
I don't think for that one, no.
No, definitely not.
We did for other stuff, but like
I think the first time we like actually hung out outside of class was when we had like the butterboard thing.
No, it was.
Oh, were you?
We were friends by then.
Oh,
we were friends at butterboard.
Yeah, I know what it was. It was when you and I had to go print something, and we went to the library.
You know what? The other day, I literally went back to that place and got myself a library card because I was thinking about that. And now I have a library card, and I have that book right there. You can't see it, and you guys who are listening can't see it, but I have a library book. You
drove me.
I did.
So we could print off the stagecraft stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a throwback.
We decided that the smartest thing was driving to a library, a public library, when we have multiple printers so close to us that we could easily walk to, but we decided that driving to the nearest library was the better option. And we had to pay for it.
To be fair, though, I'm almost 100% positive that both of our dorm buildings, their printers were shut down.
True, but there was one in the rec center.
True.
But yeah, we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah,
we were just little baby freshmen and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the first time we hung out, and whoa.
Yeah, that was the first time where I was like, okay.
Yeah, and we were like chill.
We're chill.
And I think we also started a little ish talking that day.
Did we?
I think that was our first time ish talking. Because you were, well, I won't go into too much detail, but...
Right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, now I remember.
You were talking about a certain situation that was going on
within the class, but yeah.
Yeah. So, we did, and I feel like that, like, mutual-ish talking really, like...
Spilling the tea.
It kind of bonds you.
You know, I feel like any sort of, like, tea talk opens...
friendships.
Yeah.
For sure. So that was kind of the first time we hung out. And then we got assigned partners again. And this one was for a really big, a big project. So
yeah. What were the odds of that?
We just kept getting assigned partners.
Yeah. I know that next semester for our second acting class, that was just because you and I were both
missing
sick at the same time.
Yeah. And then they were like, okay, well, I guess you can be partner.
Yeah.
Even though she specifically asked in the beginning, she was like, who have you worked with before? So that doesn't happen again. And I put Treyton's name, but
I put your name as well.
It just because you were the only person I had worked with.
Yeah.
Really. So
genuinely.
Then we ended up working together again. It was like, okay.
I mean, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, same. Like, for sure. It was like, we had a good workflow when we worked together. So
definitely.
And then like slowly and then what I feel like what really kicked up our friendship was the next semester we had every single class together.
Yeah.
So then
But to be fair, you motivated me to get into film production. Mm-hmm. You were like, you should totally do it. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling that.
Yeah, so we ended up having every class together.
Because our major specifically is built to, like, find something else to do.
True.
And also, like, the people in our major, there's not really a community.
No.
Like, nobody talks to each other.
For sure.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, because everyone wants to do... It's not like our major is like, oh, everyone's, like, conjoined because they want to do this specific thing. It's like everyone wants to do different stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like nobody really there's not a lot of shared interest. So then adding that film, like when you're doing film, everyone's kind of got the same mind as you. Yeah. Like they all kind of want to do the same thing. So yeah, we had every class together and
we killed it. And that just kind of like that brings people together. Yeah.
You know, like you become best friends whenever you are freaking spending every moment together.
I will say, I think the moment when I realized that we were going to be like good friends was when it was still during like first semester when you and I had our first partnered like actual scene where we had to like memorize the 4-page what was it called? It was like the Lobby Hero. Lobby Hero. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And you played a police officer trainee or something like that?
Yes, you were Jeff.
A security officer.
You were Jeff, right?
Yeah, and you were
Tess? No,
you were
Dawn.
That's right.
Dawn. I was
that's
Dawn.
Right.
Yeah, and so we had a scene together, and it was from the play called Lobby Hero.
Yeah.
And I was a police officer.
And I was a security guard trying to hook up with you.
It was just something.
It was good, though.
It was good.
We nailed it.
Like, people were eating that up. It was funny. Do you remember any of the lines?
Not specifically, but I know at some lines there were, like, some very sexual innuendos.
Oh, for sure.
Like, there was one, I don't remember word for word, but there was one where I was, like... It was about, like, police brutality. There was a specific line where I was, like... I forget what it was.
There was one line that I had about, like, beating someone with a baton. And I, like...
Yeah.
And I... You know, and I... Like, it was... I don't know. I was just beating some drunk guy.
I think you were saying that, and I was like, but doesn't that technically, you know, go under the line of police brutality?
And I was like... Well, he was coming at me. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You know, so I get out my baton and I swing it and...
Right. It was like Boston accents as well.
And they were like, we did those accents, and then they were like, our teacher was like, do not do those again.
Yeah.
They said do not.
I thought we did pretty well.
I liked them.
They were fun.
It added to like the scene within there. She was like, yeah, lose those.
Yeah. We were also like, the dialogue was kind of screwed up because the dialogue was not back and forth. It was more monologues against monologues.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Especially in the beginning, I had a shit
you were like
monologues to work with.
What was it? You had one that was like, I was walking back and forth, and
the worst one was the one where I was talking about the police uniforms, and I had to go back and forth about how they changed the color of the uniforms and what they wore. It was a nightmare. It was rough.
That was...
Yeah. I'll have to like pull it up on the video. Sorry for you audio listeners, you won't be able to see it. But it was an experience.
Just imagine like it being bad.
Like a whole page of one person. Yeah.
So
but it was fun.
It was fun, and it was like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things we didn't really try to be friends. There was I mean, I didn't even like put in effort because I really like, I put in a lot of effort for people to be friends with me, but I didn't even end up doing that. We just ended up being friends because things just happened.
I think that's the good thing about our relationship. Is that we don't try and force to make each other laugh.
No.
Like, it's almost just like instinctive to just
we're just like normal. I feel like we're just like literally just like two people.
Yeah, we're just like we exist.
we're here. We're real. We're not like, and the thing is, what's funny is like I feel like we're not like necessarily similar people.
Definitely not. You and I come from very different backgrounds.
Yeah, like we have like completely different like experience. Like everything about us is like very different. Yeah, but it's just like it just works.
I think it's our humor.
Yeah.
I think our humor is very similar.
True. So, yeah, I don't know. We just happen to be like this, and here we are making a podcast.
Here we are.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, we just became friends because we were just hanging out all the time because we had so much stuff to do, and yeah.
And now I can't get away from her. I can't get away.
That's the truth, honestly. And I'm like, I just like, that's just how it is. Like, we're just like, we just hang out. And now we don't have any class. We have one class together this semester, but we still hang.
That class is rough. That class is rough.
It is rough.
But
we'll persevere.
We will. We're survivors.
We are. We really are. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. I will say, I didn't tell you this. I don't know how far we are into the episode so far.
Not sure.
We are around 26
minutes.
23 minutes.
Yeah.
I think when we reach the 50-minute mark, or a little before that, maybe 45.
Yep.
I have a surprise.
Surprise.
I have a surprise.
Yay.
I want to create a kind of consistent ending to every episode.
Rhett and Link style.
Yeah. And something that could also include the guests if we ever have guests in the future.
Yes.
So I won't tell you now.
Okay.
But when we get to it, it's gonna be really fun.
Okay, good. Yeah. That'll be good.
So yeah. But
very good.
Yeah. I guess let's talk about what we want to do next episode.
Oh, okay.
Because we can talk about certain themes, maybe. Because I watch. What podcasts do you watch? Because I usually watch like humor.
I actually hate podcasts.
You do?
I really do.
Yeah.
But if I was to like, the only like kind of there's like some podcasts I watch, but I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm a podcast fan. But if I had to say like favorite podcast, I'd say Andrew Huberman. It's a science like a neurological podcast. He talks about a lot of like just like brain science and stuff, and I love listening to that. I do.
So like educational.
Yeah, just the one. And then yeah, just one. And then I did listen sometimes, like I will listen to Cody Ko's wife Kelsey, her podcast Circle Time. I have listened to half of one episode, so you could say I'm a fan.
There you go. Yeah.
You could say I'm a fan of that. And obviously, like, Rhett and Link, they don't really have a podcast, but, like, it's kind of podcast.
They do technically have a podcast.
Well, they have Ear Biscuits, and I have listened to Ear Biscuits.
I don't really listen to that.
Yeah. So, just people I like, really.
I love podcasts.
Really?
But I'm very picky.
I just feel like I'm never in the situation where I would be listening to a podcast.
So, the first one that I listened to was Josh Peck's podcast, because he would include like some big named actors as guests into it.
That's us. That's gonna be us.
Yeah, that's gonna be us. He actually contacted us.
Oh, awesome!
And he was like, you know what? You guys are cool.
do it now.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome. It's your turn.
Yeah, but have you seen the show Daredevil at all? It's okay if you haven't. The guy that plays as like the main villain Kingpin, he was on like one of the first few episodes, and that's where I got like introduced to podcast stuff.
Nice.
Because I was just fascinated with it. He also had Wayne Brady, which love Wayne Brady. You don't know Wayne Brady?
No.
He's from that one improv show that was on cable for the longest time. I forget what it's called. And he's also just been in a bunch of Broadway stuff. Like he's been in Hamilton. He's been in Kinky Boots. He's pretty
okay,
famous.
Yeah. I get it.
But I tried to listen to his podcast what?
I gave it a little
ASMR, some ASMR.
Like, that's my coffee.
But yeah, I try to listen to podcasts as much as possible. It's kind of hard because you could always just listen to music instead.
Yeah.
But I usually would just listen to podcasts when I was home, like back to my parents' place, because that's what I would do when I was mowing the lawn. And when I mow the lawn, it's like an hour and a half on like what? A drivable one, because my parents have a huge yard.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'm spending like an hour and a half.
Mowing the lawn is like an activity that you like.
It's something, yeah.
You're familiar with it. I feel like I've never mowed a lawn before.
Yeah, and I'm on a rider one.
That's fun.
So yeah.
Do you like it?
It's therapeutic. The downside is that I'm allergic to grass.
Oh. That'll do it.
So like I could just be listening to, somebody talk about like shitting in their pants, and it looks like I'm like tearing up because I'm like grass is going up in my nose and bugs are flying into my eyes.
They're like you must be listening to the most beautiful like music imaginable, and then you're just like fart shit
poop poop
and then you're like please. Yeah. That's wild.
But yeah, I love Markiplier's podcast, Impulsive. Love that podcast. I love
Markiplier and everything he does, but I've not listened to the podcast.
His podcast is pretty good.
I would love that, and maybe I should.
His format is very unique.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like they'll grab a specific theme, and there'll be a host between the three, because it's not just Markiplier. There's like two other guys that are his best friends.
Okay. Who are they?
It's
a little fly.
Oh my god. Bob
and Wade.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm well versed in the Markiplier world, so.
Yeah. But that one's good. I didn't
know about that though.
My favorite right now is Smosh, because I'm just in my Smosh era.
You're in your Smosh era?
Smosh is so good.
That's so funny.
Shout out to Smosh. I love Smosh.
Shout out Smosh. I know you guys are kind of like a small, like you have like, small
you guys are kind of like, honestly, we're probably doing you a favor by calling you out, but
So yeah, shout out Smosh. All of our fans, go
like
watch
DM
them.
us. We won't DM you, but DM us.
Yeah, you need to DM us, and then we'll just, I guess we'll let you in a video, Anthony.
We'll put you on our list. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that want to be on the podcast right now.
True. So. It's like a long line.
Yeah, we've got like Justin Bieber.
Keeps hitting our line.
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan wants to be on our
podcast. Joe Rogan.
Could you imagine him on?
He's like texting us everything. He's like, "He's saved the day."
Yeah, he's like, they're climbing up. They're gonna pass us.
That's so. Like, we should do. We'll bring Anthony. We'll bring Anthony on, and we'll do something. It's like will be a really new idea. We'll like do like a day in the life of like Anthony Padilla.
Oh my god!
And that'll be like really new and innovative. So
right,
like
because that's never. I
spent a day with Anthony Padilla.
Right.
And he'll like that'll be awesome.
I'll be like, wow, that's so creative that you guys just came up with that. We'll be like, yeah.
Why isn't he doing it? I spent the day with me.
Honestly, like.
What's up with that? Kind of awkward.
I don't know. Like, he's kind of a big deal.
Right?
Love Ian, by the way.
Ian? You're an Ian stan?
Absolutely.
Oh my, I'm an Anthony stan.
If you watch Smosh consistently, no shade to Anthony, but Ian's funnier. Ian is funny as fuck.
I disagree. I tried to watch this. Tried to watch the like hide and seek, the Smosh hide and seek.
Okay, which one?
The newest one.
Okay,
with
that one's
Anthony.
Iffy.
Yeah, you watched it?
Yeah, I watch Smosh all the time. They have like 3 channels, and I will literally put it on my TV, eat, and then just like.
That's crazy. You're seriously watching Smosh?
Yeah.
I thought we were all just kind of like collectively in on a joke or something.
No, I'm dead ass like a Smosh. Yeah.
Smosh just doesn't do it for me. Like,
I will say, like, sometimes it's a bit of a hit or miss for some episodes, but there's some hidden gems. But
doesn't it feel like they're just like so it's just so performy? Like they're just like.
With what specifically?
Just
like they're trying not to laugh videos?
No, just like watching them in general, it feels so like scripted. Even the stuff that's not supposed to be scripted.
Well, I don't watch their main channel. I just watch Smosh Pit where they do their try not to laugh stuff.
I've never seen that.
And I also watch Smosh Games where they do board games. Because I love board games.
I love board games too. Board game episode.
Oh my god. Put it on our list.
Okay, we'll go we'll put it like, and so we'll put a camera facing down to like see it.
Yeah.
And we'll have like a guest. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be Joe Rogan. That's the Joe Rogan episode. So it's just we're playing Monopoly.
How does Joe even talk? What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? I don't know. I've never watched Joe Rogan. He's got
Imagine being a Joe Rogan consumer. No offense, but like
people who watch Joe Rogan, well, okay.
They're like middle-aged.
Dylan watches Joe
Rogan. Really?
Well, he watched Joe Rogan. But then I was like, why are you listening to this? I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't speak to me. Though if you listen to the Andrew Huberman podcast, you'd be like, why is she listening to this? Because it's literally, he's like, the neuroplasticity of your brain will allow for a better, higher metabolic rate, and I eat it up. I'm like, yeah, it will.
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
Me and that rates of metabolicism, so classic.
So classic.
I eat it up. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I love podcasts. I love Smosh. But you love Weston Corey. And you love...
I don't love Weston Corey.
Okay, but you love...
Kaylin Corey.
But you know what I mean.
I love...
They're both together, in a sense.
Yeah.
But I'm a
Kaylin bias. I would love... Dude, me and Kaylin, we're going to be friends. We're going to be besties.
You're manifesting it?
I am, because listen... So, okay, now I'm going to talk about my YouTube for a second because I just started my channel.
Go ahead. Promote the shit out of it.
Yeah. So I just started a YouTube channel. It's called Blue World Faith. And I'll save the story of the name for another episode, but there's lore to that name.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like deep lore. Like it was the first username I ever had in my life. Yeah, like my first username. When I was like, I think I created it when I was 9. Blue World Faith.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Fine, I'll talk about it now. So actually, so the name Blue World Faith. So there was one video game. When I was younger, I went to Family Video a lot, and I would always rent video games instead of buying them. Mm-hmm. And then there was this one game. It was like the first game I ever really played. It was on my Wii, because we had just got a Wii for Christmas that year. And it was called Endless Ocean Blue World. And it was a scuba diving game. So you literally just like... and it's not a lot of people know about it. Like I don't really hear people talk about it. It's not like a perfectly well-made game. But it spoke to me in like ways I just could not have even comprehended. It's like you're a scuba diver and you're going down and you like have to discover all these fish and there's like crazy story and like I don't know, like at freaking 10 or 9 years old, whatever, it was like my life. Like I rented it so many times. I bought it like triple the amount, like in terms of renting it. Then my mom finally bought it for me. And like when I was finally like making my first username, I just was so entranced with like that game, Endless Ocean Blue World.
This makes so much sense about you.
Yeah. Endless Ocean Blue World. So I was like, Blue World Faith. So it was like Blue World Faith. And then that had been my username. My first ever Instagram was Blue World Faith. And my first YouTube was Blue World Faith when I was like 12. And I deleted that, obviously. But, and like that game literally created my love of video games and my love of scuba diving and like the ocean and stuff. And like, I've not let that go since. Like,
yeah, you have a scuba diving minor. Like
literally, I'm getting a scuba diving minor. And yeah, so that's the lore of my name. But in terms of, like, my channel. So my channel is like, I'm playing games. I play Roblox. Okay, let's talk about the lore of why I love Sinjin Drowning. It's because I had never watched a like YouTube video, because I've been playing Roblox since I was really young. Me and my friend Leah, like we had played Roblox forever, like up until we were like teenagers, and it wasn't like that cool anymore to be playing Roblox. So, and we also are really weird and have really weird humors. So whenever I saw one of their videos for the first time, I was like, dude, these people they're like just like me. Like this is wild. Like how are they just like me? And so like I don't know. I just like love watching their videos because it's like they just do like what I do, and like they think the jokes that I think are funny, and they like reference stuff that I reference in my life. It's like I just feel like they're kind of like they're just like my kind of people,
right?
You know, so which. And, like, when I started my channel, I was like, well, I don't want to be... I'm not, like, copying them, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I just... Like, I've always wanted to do YouTube. And, like, they're, like, my... Kind of my inspo, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, one day, I'm telling you, me and Kaylin... I like Weston, too. Like, he's cool. But, like, I feel like Kaylin reminds me of the people I'm, like, around in my life, you know? Like, my friends, like, I feel like they're, like... They have a Kaylin energy, and so like I feel like I want to be friends with Kaylin. I feel like we'd be besties.
Could you imagine becoming like a pretty big named YouTuber and then going to like VidCon and then you have fans that are like Blue World Faith? Like that's crazy.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, Blue World Faith. Like, does that describe? I've had some usernames over the years. Like I've tried to do other things, but it always comes back to Blue World Faith. Like I briefly tried to do Jekyll G16. That it had to stay in the past. That one couldn't come with me into the future.
Well, I think the nice thing about it is that you could also have nicknames for it. Mm-hmm. So you could be called just your name, Faith, or you could be called Blue.
I was literally talking about that yesterday. Yeah. I was like I feel like it's the kind of name that in games people would just like naturally be like Blue, you know, like Blue, which is like not intended, but I think that's cool. I kind of love it too. Like I feel like I could be Blue.
Yeah,
like it could be cool. It's like a name that like just kind of like. It's just like sweet. It's just like a sweet nickname, like Blue. Like, hey, Blue, you know, like in games and stuff. So, because people, you know, like I feel like, you know, Jacksepticeye, he's like, they call him like Septiceye.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Another reason why I went for Blue World Faith was because of Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. I thought to myself, I was like, what's a name that will like go with those names?
Yeah,
because I wanted to be like, they were like, before there was Kaylin and Weston, before there was like anyone that I watch now, there was Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, and I was obsessed with them too. Like, and I wanted to be them, and so that's why that name, like Blue World Faith, like it was meant to be able to go along with those names, you know?
I'm jealous.
Why?
Because like when I was younger, I tried to find like a name that stuck with me, and I could never find it.
Really?
Like so the first like username that I had with like a console was Starstrike, which that's so like ick.
Yeah, like I kind of like it actually,
kind of, but it's not like a YouTuber name. Like I guess I could be called Star, but even then, it's like I don't know.
I like Starstrike. I think it's cool, but I feel like it's like
it's like very gamer,
and I feel like it would be hard. I feel like there'd be a lot of Starstrike.
Yeah,
like out there.
Yeah, so there was that, and then it kind of like I had that for the longest time. And then I got tired of it. When I was in middle school, a couple of my old friends and I created our own YouTube videos. And we just named it with our first initials. So I think it was like C... It was like CTJ or something like that.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, I just, you know... It didn't work out, so I just got it was old stuff that I ended up deleting. It wasn't good content anyway.
Yeah,
but and then recently I'm like, because I don't know if I'll ever make stuff that like I want to make vlogs like you are, but I want to commit more with this right now.
I get that. I do get that.
But like names that I've stuck out with right now, like my nickname for my YouTube channel and my Twitch account is Trey Always.
Trey Always. That's a cool one.
Yeah, because it just like slides off the tongue. But then I also like last year, first semester. It's like first semester of freshman year. I think I've told you this before. I got the nickname from somebody that just forgot my name. Like they called me John Tree.
Oh, John Tree.
Which, like, I kind of like.
John Tree. I've heard multiple people call you John Tree.
Like, I love John Tree.
What does that even mean? And how do you spell that?
So, it's literally the name John and then Tree. Like, Tree. The whole history behind that is that you were in the class art of storytelling, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So...
I know who calls you that, but, like...
Yeah. In the very beginning of the semester, when I was with like Andrew, we had very small.
Too.
Huh?
I was in Andrews too.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, then you know that we had like small groups.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in my specific group, there was a person that could never remember my name specifically. Which is, like, fine. Like, Treyton's not exactly...
I've never heard that name before you.
Right.
Treyton.
I can understand why it's difficult to remember, because it's not
It's, name. Like, almost a popular name, but then
it's like a modernized, but also... Yeah, it's super weird. But, so, yeah, the person could never get my name remembered. Like, they just couldn't. And And there was one day where I was just like, okay, guess.
Guess.
Because like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like, just like guess.
But they were like, John. And I was like, no. And I was like, it starts with a T. And they were like, tree. And I was like, you just call me fucking tree? Like, yeah. And then somebody else in the group just like pointed it out and thought it was funny as fuck that they just said John Tree. So yeah.
That, you know what's actually funny is I tried to go by the name Tree whenever I was in like 7th grade. Because my friend was like, I always wanted a nickname, but it just wouldn't work for me.
Right.
But I had this friend and we all called her Bagel because her last name was Begley.
Oh.
So we would call her Bagel. And
that feels kind of
what?
Like rude in the sense. Like I like imagine being called a fucking bagel. Like
I called her Mini Bagel because she was so small. She was like insanely tiny.
That I feel like sounds better.
Mini Bagel.
Because it
Yeah.
But
I then so like I wanted a nickname too. So like I was so much taller than her, so I was like, and I'm sorry, it's cringe as freaking days to try to create your own nickname, but
Facts.
I tried. I said I told her that she could call me Tree because I was so much taller than her. I was like, you'll be Mini Bagel and I'll be Tree. And she like pity put my name in her phone as that.
Oh my god.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
It would have been dumb too.
What are
John Tree? You could spell it like Jauntry. John Tree.
Whoa.
John Tree. Huh. Like John, like Jaun, John, like Try, like John Tree.
Well, if you do
like jaunty.
If you do Jaun, that's like Juan.
No, John. Like jaunty, Yeah. That's a word, I think.
Yeah.
Jauntly. But it could be John Tree.
I don't know.
But
yeah. Did you ever have like weird nicknames? Because I remember when I was in elementary school, there was, I don't know why, it's the most like it's the stupidest thing, but I remember in elementary there was this like small group of my friends that decided to make this super exclusive like group that would play tag.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. And
you gotta be
elite
have to
like
play tag.
beg. You would have to beg to be allowed in.
That's so
and if they were like, finally you can be in, they have to make up a nickname for you. It can't be your actual name. So like, for mine, my nickname was Trench.
Trench? Wait, that's kind of fire.
Really?
Trench. I like that actually.
Yeah.
Trench always. Trench tree.
I don't know how to feel about it because it sounds like wrench.
Trench. What do you mean it's a trench is a word?
I know it's a word, but yeah, I don't know.
I like trench.
You like trench?
That's cool. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a lot of nicknames.
You did.
But none of them stuck. And I've tried to create myself a couple, but my nicknames, here's like all the things I've ever went by. Okay? It's a list. So growing up, when I was a baby, they called me Radio because I would never stop talking.
I kind of love that.
Radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would just talk all the time. When I first learned to talk, I just refused to shut up. So they just called me Radio. So I was Radio when I was young. But then, I was Faith. But nobody could ever say my name whenever we were babies, like in preschool. So because they couldn't say so they would say Face. I hate that. All children call me Face because they can't say Faith.
Ew.
I hate it. Well, then my mom and my sister, they call me Faye. They specifically call me Faye. I hate that. That fills me with rage.
That sounds like a dog name.
Literally. But Faye is... Anyway, I'll get there. So my sister, my middle name is Katie Eladine.
Yeah.
So my sister called me Katie. She calls me Katie because Katia, like Katie. And she also called me Deanie for a while.
Deanie?
Yeah, because I'm named after my grandma Ladine. Okay. But they just called her Dean. I don't know, I just had a country accent. But they just called her Dean. But my sister called me Deanie. I didn't like that either. But yeah, so then I briefly, before I went to boarding school,
mm-hmm.
I went by Blue World Faith, like in games and stuff like that until I was like in high school or whatever.
Right.
But then I tried to go, what was it? I tried to go, where was it?
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Tried to go, before I went to boarding school, I tried to go to buy like a different name because I wanted to like be different than I was before I was in boarding school. So I tried to do the name Albany. I tried to make people go by the name.
That's really bad.
Albany.
That's
because
really
I was
bad.
born in a town called New Albany. So I was like, perfect. So I made a new YouTube channel called Albany's Shorty Little Films. Stop, because I know. I know, it's horrible. And then I like changed my name and stuff to Albany. I changed my name. And I told my mom to never call me Faith again. Albany. But then I quickly ditched that. I was like, actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was bad. Then I started going by Faye. So I was Faye in boarding school. Which, like, Faye. And, like, I was thinking of it less, like, thinking of it more kind of like fairy type. Like, Faye. Like, kind of cool. You know, I was like, oh, that's cool. Hated that soon. Then I made my like Twitch name, which was Jekyll G16, and I was thinking Jekyll from Jekyll and Hyde because I really connected with that story for a while. And then G for my last name Goins, and then 16 for I was 16. That was cool for a little bit, but then it got cringe so fast. So then, and then of course I went by John Stamos. I do John Stamos a lot. I don't know where that started from, but like... Do
you just have an obsession with John Stamos?
No, I hate John Stamos. I have no feelings towards John Stamos at all. I just think that name is so funny to use, and I just love getting to like social medias and like taking John Stamos before he can take it. Like, I have the John Stamos name on Be Real. Like...
Oh my... Really?
Yeah, like if he wants that, he's literally gonna have to buy it from me.
Damn.
I go quick. I get to all the social medias and I take that name so quick. I don't know why. I just like feel connected to John Stamos. John Tree, John Stamos.
Yeah. Wow.
And then obviously on Roblox I've been many names, but I've been Very Large Muscle Man 7 for a while. But now I just recently changed to Matthew Patrick 12. Matt Pat, love you, big fan. Big fan.
Big fan.
But my number one name that it always comes back to Blue World Faith, because like that's my first one. It feels the most me.
Right.
And I feel like it's a great name.
Yeah.
Blue World Faith. I don't know. It like kind of like it seems right. And I like that you could call me Blue. Like that's kind of a cute name, Blue. Like that's fun. That's silly. I like it. So yeah. Blue World Faith. It's what I stuck with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've went through a lot of names.
Yeah.
I just remember like in middle school a bunch of people would like add a little bit onto my actual name. Like, obviously, you could call me Trey, which I tell people that they could call me that, but I feel like if you're going to call me Trey, you've got to be super close to me.
Yeah.
Because it almost has, like...
It seems wrong sometimes.
It feels like a bit of, like, not intimacy, but, like, you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
But
like, it's like... Do you really know me well enough to call me Trey right now?
Yeah. But yeah, some people used to call me that. Some people used to call me... They would double down and call me Trey. Ew. Which is like...
I don't like that one.
Yeah. It gets worse.
Oh, God.
A lot of my friends used to call me Treyway.
Treyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then...
I'm not a hater of that one.
And then... A lot of the jocks.
Jocks.
Because in middle school, like, everybody in my class knew each other. Everybody. Even if you didn't want to know them, you knew them.
That's how my school was always.
So, like, I was in band, and a lot of... What?
Oh, it's turning off, but...
Oh, no, I just...
Oh, you darkened it.
Gotcha. I darkened it because the fan's going off.
Okay.
But, yeah, when I was in band, a lot of the athletes used to call... I'm gonna say it very quietly because it's disgusting. Like, he used to call me Trey Daddy.
Ew, Trey Daddy.
And I know they did it on purpose to make me feel uncomfortable.
That's wild. I feel like I would treat that as like a war crime if someone did that to me.
I just let it happen. I mean, what's gonna, like...
It's just silly. It's honestly, it's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any, like, nobody gave me nicknames.
I think Treyway is my favorite.
Treyway?
Yeah.
Treyway. I mean, that's a cool one. I like Trey Always.
Trey Always, yep.
That's a good one. Honestly, my favorite is Starstrike, though.
Really?
Yeah. Starstrike.
That's my OG.
That's your OG?
Yeah.
Stick with that. I like it because it's like, I don't know, it's like
it's
fun.
just not a YouTuber name.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah. What do you mean YouTuber name? It is if you be a YouTuber.
It just sounds like, well, it's because it is, but it sounds like a 6-year-old made that shit up.
But Blue World Faith doesn't.
Okay, but I feel like that makes more sense than mine.
I love Starstrike. I wish I would have thought of it and I would have kept it myself. Maybe I'll take it.
This is how you know how young I was and how innocent I was. Mm-hmm. You always have to add a number to your username. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
Because somebody already took it.
Yeah.
I wanted to sound cool when I was a kid. So obviously I was like Starstrike. And then I had to add numbers. And I was like, well, I'll just do my brother's favorite number. And then I'll do my favorite number at the time. Aww. So I did 68. So Starstrike 68. Mm-hmm. And then looking back, I was like, damn it, Treyton. It could have been 69. It could have been.
You're so close.
You're so close.
So close. I think I like Starstrike.
I don't know how to feel about Trench.
Trench warfare. That's what I think of.
Trench warfare?
Yeah. I feel like it just depends. Like,
it's a good nickname.
Yeah.
But I feel like there has to be more to it in order to be like a YouTuber name.
I feel like what you would do is just based on like what your content would be. Like, if you were to do like mostly vlogs, lifestyle, like out in the world stuff, Trey Always.
Yeah.
That's like, you're gonna do games, Starstrike.
You're right.
If you're gonna do, warfare strategy, Trench.
If you're gonna commit war crimes. Call yourself Trench.
I just found out about waterboarding.
How did you not know what that is?
I don't know.
Did you know some people have a kink for that?
I feel like people have got to be faking. It doesn't seem that bad.
Faith, you're suffocating in water.
It's just like drowning.
Exactly.
So what's the difference? Just like than drowning someone. This got different so fast. Because we waterboarded someone yesterday.
It's more about the panic. Like, the fact that you're panicking because you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Which also, yeah.
I don't know. I just found out about it and I was like, seems fake. But we waterboarded someone yesterday and...
What? Hold on. You can't just, like, say that as if it's nothing. What? You waterboarded someone. Explain.
Yes. There's nothing to explain. We just tried it. We wanted to see if it was legit.
You did it... Wait.
Like, for like 2 minutes.
So you and your boyfriend...
Yes.
Waterboarded each other? Or
no.
Who did Connor. You waterboard?
Core.
Okay. How did he feel afterwards?
He said it was really horrible.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see it in Dylan's new video.
Oh my god. Are you going to upload it on YouTube?
I don't know. We're going to try. But I hear it's a war crime or something.
It's traumatic.
It's really not that serious. He was fine. He kept trying to stick his tongue out like that was going to do something.
Well, we just probably trying to drink it.
Yeah. We put a shirt over his head and then just like sprayed his head for a while.
Sprayed?
With like a water hose.
Oh, God.
On high.
That's terrible. Like jet?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, see it in Dylan's new video.
You guys are crazy.
It was the punishment for losing.
At least he agreed to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
We didn't force him. He was.
Well, that's usually how waterboarding goes. Is nobody consents to it. So. Okay.
But yeah, I'm right now. I'm editing a new video. I'm editing a Shadows of Doubt detective game video.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Wait, Shadows of Doubt. Is that like what game is that?
It's a detective game. It's like it kind of looks like Minecraft. It's like 8-bit.
Is it on Steam?
Yes. So it's good. It's like self-contained mysteries. Yeah.
Let's talk about how ridiculous. What time is it? First of all, we are at. Oh, we're literally an hour in.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Well, maybe we'll. Do you want me to do the surprise now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a surprise.
All right. So, as I was filling out the list for how I wanted to plan out this podcast,
yeah.
Like I said, I wanted to do a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was writing it down, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good."
Yeah.
I literally just thought of this. So, there's a reason on why I took your order.
Why?
Because the surprise is that I have a list, and I'll put it on the video.
Yeah.
I have a list of a crap ton of specific Starbucks orders.
Uh-huh.
What I want to do every episode.
Oh my god.
Is I want to put these orders into a wheel of names.
Oh my gosh.
And then whatever it lands on, we will try for the next episode.
Next episode. That's genius.
And when we have guests, we can add their orders to our list.
Oh my. That's genius. Dude,
that's the surprise.
Genius.
Yeah.
I love that. That's going to be awesome. We're going to make the wheel.
Yeah. Now, some of these, like, because when I try to look it up, a lot of them were like secret orders, like, you know, like, and I don't know how it is publicly, but on college campuses, these people are not going to know these secret orders.
No, you have to like tell them exactly what you want them to make.
So like some of these, like there's one called the Cinnamon Toast Crunch drink.
One time Dylan tried one of those like secret drinks. It was a red velvet drink. And it was the first and only time he's ever gotten sick in his life, and he got extreme food poisoning. It was from the one in North.
Yikes.
He said it was good at the time though. He just didn't sit right with them.
My favorite on this list that I found is the Slutty Pumpkin.
Slutty Pump. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this was like, I don't know how I just came up with it, and I thought it's really fun because if we have more people listen to it, then they can also say their orders, and we can add it to the list.
Yes, or we could do like a cash, like a Venmo code, and
oh my god,
like they can write it in the Venmo code.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna actually open up a Patreon, and yes, okay, so
and then we'll hit the merch.
So what I want to do is I want to, because I put the list when I sent it to you.
You didn't copy it. You just
actually, can you do it for me?
Yes.
Can you open up the website Wheel of Names?
I was unsubscribing from email. Okay.
And then when you do that, wow, it's super slow right now.
That's okay.
It's fine. Okay, there it is. So yeah, you know how to do it. Just delete all those names and then paste it. And then hopefully it'll... Yo!
Okay. I'll screen record.
Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
I actually can't screen record.
Or you could screenshot afterwards.
Yeah, I'll screenshot. Okay, we are about to spin this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm spinning. It's spinning. All right. It's landed on red drink. What?
That's so ominous.
That is so ominous. Hold on, let me screenshot.
I think I did, because I found it off of a specific website. I don't remember what it is exactly.
Okay, let me look it up, actually.
Yeah. Like red drink Starbucks. I do have a screenshot of it on my phone. We're recording on my phone right now, but I can pull it up. Okay, Slay,
that's what we'll do then. We'll do that.
We'll do what?
We'll look at that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Slay.
Well,
I guess.
I think this concludes our first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing left on our list. I think we went through everything. Nice. I'm really excited.
What did we even decide on a name? I don't even know if we have a name.
So right now we have it as the Breakfast Talk Podcast. And I think we mentioned earlier in the episode that we're open to changing the name, or if there's any suggestions that just stick.
Breakfast Talk.
But I think.
Oh wait, I thought we did. I didn't do the Breakfast Talk as the logo.
I thought you did.
I did the cold breakfast.
Oh. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter the name.
It doesn't matter.
It just matters the content.
Yeah.
So the name is irrelevant.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
True.
This concludes our episode. Well, I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Thank you for watching this episode. It was a lot of fun. It
was a lot of fun.
Maybe you got to know us a little better.
It was a lot.
But it's been Treyton Trey always Trench.
And this has been Blue World Faith, and
let's leave it there. We don't need to talk about the other. It's Blue World. Blue World. I surprisingly didn't stumble on my words as much as I thought I was going to.
I did a little bit, but not as much as I thought I would.
Because I feel like when I'm recording my videos, I do all the time, but I didn't hear, so that's nice.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta end the episode.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Awesome. We had so much fun.
Have fun without us.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Wow. Woo. Good recording, Sesh. Good recording.